So in this video I want to show you how I fix my problems with Shapr3D. I have a lot of problems and obviously you can't fix them all with Shapr3D. Sometimes it requires Fusion 360. Since so many people ask me what software do you use to create your 3D prints, I thought it's time to show you. There's just one problem. I use two softwares. There's Fusion 360 and there's Shapr3D. And both of them have their pros and cons. What I really like about Shapr3D is how intuitive it is. I think it's really easy to use, it's beginner friendly. The biggest con Shapr3D has is the export ratio. If you're not a student or you don't want to pay $240 a month, and I think this is a lot, I think Shapr3D is nothing for you because the export ratio is just horrible. It looks like Minecraft. Fusion 360 has also a free version, however you will be just limited to save up to one project. The export ratio is fine though. So while I do think Fusion 360 is the better program, Shapr3D is the easier program. It's like comparing a manual car to an automatic car. Everything I want to say is you have a little bit less control with Shapr3D compared to Fusion 360. And please just keep in mind, this is my personal opinion and experience. I'm not a professional designer. I'm just a carpenter. At least that's what I learned years ago. And Fusion 360 is something I use on my computer. However, Shapr3D I use on my iPad. I personally use the iPad M1 12.9 inch with the Apple Pencil. So let's talk about the problem I have, or one of the problems. I do have quite a lot of gear flying around and I want to organize it. I have this DJI mic, I have the Insta360 One X2 and my tripod thing. A lot of people asked me in the last video what this thing is. Yes, it is to stable my lens of the big camera, which is like filming there, but without this thing my lens always falls down because this ball joint is way too weak. And then I have this phone mount thing I can put on my tripod. So when I put it on my tripod it looks kind of like this. So the thing I want to create is something where I can have everything in one place. That means this goes next to this, goes next to this. I kind of want to integrate my power bank because these things need to charge as well, but I don't have a plug around there. Then there was this thing, and then maybe my key as well, because my key is always somewhere else and I think my key needs a spot. And I have thought about my design quite a lot. So let me show you where I want to have the organizer. It's just here, pretty damn easy. And it looks like this. I'm really happy about it. By the way, this is my gym card and it also found a spot. But before we jump into Shapr3D, where I will show you how I created this thing, I want to take a second and thank our today's sponsor, PCBWay. Not FedEx, PCBWay. After they contacted me, I was pleased, obviously, but also not 100% sure if I could work with them since I've never used their service. So I told them we can work together, however I will need to test their service because I can't recommend you guys something I don't believe in. So I tested their service, I'm excited to open the box and let's see if they actually deliver. I mean, they already delivered this package to my house, but let's see how the print quality turned out. Speaking about their service, they make PCBs, CNC machining, 3D printing and a lot more. They are even open to custom materials. They print nylon, stainless steel, aluminum, things you usually can't print at home. So what I ended up doing is I uploaded some files, requested ABS. Why ABS? I will tell you in a second. No, I will clean this right now. Unboxing knife. That's cool. I'm really curious. So obviously they sent me a list of stuff. They sent me some advertisement stuff. I have no idea what this is, but that must be some PCB thing. A cool looking ruler, but I want to see the print. My friends, that's the print. I mean inside. And I think it's a nice print. Ooh, nice. Oh, that looks good. I even wrote down test because it's a test. So I think this is a really exciting 3D print. And like I said before, the most things you print with your 3D printer are things for your 3D printer. And this is just another one. But this is my A1 and I'm really enjoying it. However, what I don't enjoy about it is the camera over here. That's why I needed a solution. So what I ended up with was this thing, which replaces this thing with an extension over here. So I take my remote shutter, put it in and put it onto the 3D printer. Let me show you. So this is PCB-based print, which should perfectly fit in here. Yes, haha, perfect. And the idea is that the extruder always goes to the left when it takes a time lapse and triggers this shutter over here. And now you might be wondering, how do you trigger the remote shutter? Because the extruder is flat, right? And I think that's kind of funny that my sponsor PCBWay printed this part for me. This, my friends, is the remote shutter trigger and it's extendable. That means it can be small like this, or you can twist it, bring it out a little bit so you have it larger. However, when you extend it, it loses some stiffness. And I designed this part like that it just snaps onto the extruder, just stays there. And because the extruder is kind of getting hot while printing, I thought this is a great way to kind of test ABS and see how it looks and feels, since I can't print it myself. So we just take our snap-on little stiffy jiffy, plug it on here, press it on here. Oh yes, oh, this is really tight. It works great. You will find the files in the video description. I also think it's quite funny. Thank you PCBWay for sponsoring this video, and let's jump into Shapr3D and I will show you how I created. I obviously created it already. I have notes and I have more notes, and be happy you don't need to be able to read my notes because they look absolutely horrible. However, I might be able to read them. I really hope. And I also created something like this already. Hello. And this, my friends, is for my Insta360. So if you slide it in, I had a pattern already to see if this actually fits, if it works, and it worked the first time. And that was really unexpected. Same thing with this. It worked straight away. It's super nice, super easy, super simple, super great. It's kind of tight, but tight can be good, right? So my tripod literally slides in here, and it has these 3 teeth I created. Teeth. That means if I twist it in the right angle, it just flips in and it just holds. It just rips. It's really nice. So if I now make my big model, I know everything will fit, or I hope so. And since I don't have 3 cameras, I think the easiest is if I just flip the camera around. Oh, and there's a giveaway today. I'm super excited for my first giveaway. I don't know about you, but I have never won on a YouTube giveaway. Today we are turning the tables and I will be doing the giveaway. I'm excited about it. I shouldn't be that excited about it because I'm giving stuff away. But more on that later, and let's start with Shapr3D. I changed the plan. You will need to deal with my face. You will also see my Insta360, which is then filming my iPad. I hope that works. So let's jump into it and open Shapr3D. So after opening Shapr3D, you want to press on this plus icon over there to create a new project. I usually leave my projects untitled, to be honest. Let's call this thing just thing and double tap with our finger on the middle of the screen. We will start with a rectangle over here and just drag at something. It doesn't really matter in the beginning because we will just use these numbers over here and type in our numbers of, I will take 200 for now. It won't be as big, but it will be in this area. And the other one will be 63.6, easy peasy. Now with one finger, just slide it somewhere, and now we can look at it in 3D. We can also do that over here with the cube. Next thing, and you really need this pencil, I will just blend out our sketches over here. We just press on our square and we lift it up for 2 millimeters. Easy peasy, right? Now with our finger, double tap again, we will now be able to draw on our square. And the first thing we want to do is do an offset. So we just press any line, it doesn't really matter, of these 4. We press our offset, drag it in, make 2 millimeters. This is our thickness. So now we have our wall thickness. I will go to line. I don't like this automatic line. I always use the straight line. I think that makes more sense to me. Zooming in a little bit, drag a line again, 41.8. We will now just be able to easy draw this line down over here. Take this, press move or rotate, press copy, go over by 2 millimeters, our wall thickness, and now just extend our lines a little bit over here. Double tap again, extend this line. Now we use our trim tool to trim off unnecessary lines like this one and press on this outer frame. Extend it again. This time we will go up 60.4 millimeters. This looks high, but no, don't worry, it's fine. We will now go on the side with a double press again, and I want to create a hole over here for my USB Type-C charging cable. .6 millimeters, go to the side, 6.6 millimeters, and we will go up again. Now 3D again, press on our surface over here. Now we have this little cutout and we will just push it through, easy peasy. Now we want to have round corners because this will look so much better and smoother. I prefer 2.5 over here, this gives it a nice look. Next thing will be on the front, 9.9 millimeters inside. Same thing on the other side. This is really straightforward and easy. I don't do any crazy stuff with Shapr3D. Going down 24.4 millimeters, dragging it over, pinning it on up here. Yeah, now I can go down here again and you can see it's holding the line. Getting rid of all these locks again. Press just somewhere, press on our surface, drag it through. We have another hole. This time I went for 5 millimeters, looks a little bit nicer to me. So this is almost done and we will just go from the left to the right with the next one. There will be 10 millimeters of space. And I think this is really good that you can see my iPad and not just my screen recording itself. What do you think about this wonderful video right now? Go with an offset inside of 2 millimeters and this will be our wall thickness again. What we are trying to achieve right now is that this thing actually fits in here. The next step is that I will take the middle and type in a 5.5 so we can create a circle which is 11. Same on the other side, that's exactly what we want. And we want half circles. So we will use the middle of the circle to go up and down, make some lines, trim, and here we go. We can also get rid of these ones in the middle, and these ones are also not necessary. Now we have our shape already, which we can extrude if we just press on it. We will go up 60.4 like the other one. They should be the same height now. Yes, perfectly. We definitely want these edges to be more round. Just press on all 4 corners. Let's do a 10 millimeter radius, and for the inside we will also do a 10 millimeter corner. So the Insta360 will go in here, so we obviously need a hole. We will just take the circular tool and make a 24.5 millimeter hole. Here we have our hole. On top I would like to have a hole over here, so our circle again. This time we will go for 45 millimeters. 3D, press on the circle, go back, and here we have it already. We have our DJI mount, we have our Insta360 mount. Now we just need our tripod mount. Okay, for our tripod, 10 centimeters to the right, 80 down, it doesn't really matter. We will be able to elevate this. And now we can start with our tripod. 44.5 millimeters. We take the middle, 22.25. Take the circle, go all the way up. Trim this away already. This can go home, this can go home, this can go home. 40.5 and another one which will be 33.5. We will now just go down to have a center over here. We want to have a line over here which is 9.69 millimeters. That means I will type in 9.69 divided by 2 because I don't want to calculate it, equal, perfect, to the other side as well. And here we go. This is 1/3, and now I will bring in a new tool. We just take this triangle tool. There are multiple, there's triangle, pentagon, hexagon, octagon. We will just stick to the triangle and pull this down over there. This is perfect. 9.69 divided by 2, which is the 4845. Now we have our pattern. This is perfect. And we will draw in one more circle. This will be this one again. Press to the outside, go to the 3D, go down here and go up with these areas. I decided 13 millimeters, that worked perfectly. And this is it already. Now I'll just do a little bit of fine tuning, put in my dovetail connections over here. You will see them in the end, and I will see you in a second. The design is finally done, guys. I played around with it a little more. Designing is always a process. I mean, it started out with this Insta360 camera, and then I wanted to add my tripod. Then I thought, why not the microphone? The really important key, the power bank. Maybe I should have just printed out multi-board, but it is what it is. I'm kind of happy with it. So let's export the file as an STL, bring it over to my computer, bring it into the slicer, send it to the printer, print it, and let's see if it works. And for that, my friends, I ordered new filament. It's Sunlu filament. I've never tried out Sunlu filament. So far I've just printed with Bambu Lab filament, but I thought it's time to try something else. It's also cheaper, and I'm excited because it's white and I've never had white filament. It's mostly sold out, but 2 days ago I was lucky, and here's my white PLA from Sunlu. So for exporting the file okay, no, that doesn't make sense. In our iPad, we go on the top and we press share. We go to export, export project. In my favorites, I already saved an STL because I always export an STL. Let's maybe rename it and call it camera mount shelf. Press Command A, press Command C, export, export it down there in our favorites again. A 3D printer. It's a Shapr3D file. We create a new folder on the top with the plus icon button. Command V because it's a camera mount shelf. We go in this folder, press save, and it's exported already. And now the typical YouTube unboxing throwaway. That sucks, I really don't like it messy. White PLA. Let's see if it actually fits on the AMS or if I need to print an adapter. You can see the size difference, right? Sunlu has the bigger hole. What you do with that information is up to you. But that actually doesn't matter because, let me show you. Over here next to the AMS I have my original spool holder. So this just works fine. Great, perfect. This is amazing, love it. Should I just take eSun because it's eSun, Sunlu, it's something with sun? That's the struggle of being a Bambu Lab user. You just don't care about the printer, you just want the printer to print. Let's take generic. So while my printer is printing, I think it's time to talk about the giveaway. Since my light is kind of occupied right now with a time lapse over there with my Galaxy S8, we have a bad lighting condition as well, but yeah, that's what you have to deal with. Giveaway time. I still can't believe my last video got like 200,000 plus views in like 2 or 3 weeks. Thank you so much for all the views, the subs, especially the comments. There were some really good comments and tips about some 3D prints I made and showed you. And a lot of people were asking and commenting about the rice clamp, and it got like a crazy amount of downloads. It got boosted, it got printed, people really enjoyed it. So I thought I could redeem some of my Makerworld points and give them back to the community, in this case back to you. So I want to give away one Bambu Lab or Makerworld gift card. All you need to do is comment and tell me what you would like to do with a gift card. Maybe you want to buy your first 3D printer, maybe you want to buy your 10th 3D printer, then tell me maybe the currency you would like to have the gift card in, because they are like Canadian dollars, American dollars, pounds, euros, whatever. I will probably list it here. And you don't need to like, you don't need to subscribe, but you kind of need to comment, otherwise it would be really hard to find you. There will be a time frame of 1 week after uploading the video. You can also not comment twice, you can just comment once. Otherwise the software we'll be using will automatically disqualify you. But you will find all the details in the description down below, just underneath the like button. Let's go back to the printer, and I'm really excited if it turned out well. And there you could see my shutter activating my phone to take a picture. That just means I can't use my phone while I'm filming because my phone is taking a time lapse. It's 2 AM, but I'm super excited because the first time I had the idea was like 2 weeks ago, and then I created and I created and I created more and I changed it, so now it's finally done. Let's check it out. On the printer it looks really nice. There was a tiny bit of warping. How do I show you? So the tiny bit of warping happened over here, and the same thing on the back left side, just around this area. I don't think it's really bad though. Woo! Here, my friends, it is. It's finally in my hands. Let's try it out and see if it works. I haven't tried it out. Yes, no. Ah. Ho 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 ho. That fits perfectly. That's amazing. Where's my next one? Next one will be my DJI microphone. It's over here. And the whole reason why I created this little hole over here was for the Type-C in here. Let's see if that works. Oh, 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 that's kind of good. It's not perfect. How you can see, there's more place on the left than on the right, or more place on the right than on the left, depends on how you look at it. And now my tripod, I mean, we already know it works. I mean, come on, this is good. Let's try and take this one out, because this thing was supposed to go inside here. And this is really tight, but it also fits really well. That's really tight. I will think about that problem. That's why I like tree support. And here it is. I also made sure I had space for my gym card, my power bank, even my key. just another 3D print I will probably be using on a daily basis. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you could learn something today. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon.